Hey, Sagiv, how's it going?
Good. How are you, my friend?
Good, good, good. We're doing this podcast today or video presentation to help people better understand making income real estate profitable. It's not an easy process, is it?
Correct. It's not easy at all. There's a lot of things that we do behind the scene that investor not familiar with, and I will be happy to bring it up over here to tell them about the process and the numbers.
Yeah, great. And I talk to a lot of investors, and you probably do too, that have a lot of issues with property management, getting their rents, getting their property done. Construction's a huge
Correct.
issue, right? And
Correct.
we don't have those issues because everybody gets before and after pictures and videos during the construction.
Yes.
So, and how many houses have we done so far?
More than 100. I don't know.
So we've done a lot of houses, and
Yeah.
so and 99.5% of them are profitable. I'm going to show you some examples of that now on that. So,
Yes. Please.
so this one's in Bedford Heights, which you actually owned at one time.
I'm very familiar with this property.
Yeah, and you paid 80,000, or we have 80 with everything. All the it was 66,000, but we had to put some construction in it. And
Yes.
uh, and so the income that we deposited in the accounts was 13,307, and you sold it for 127.2 in September 22. Why did you do that?
Well, why did I sold it for this number?
Yes,
Few things. First of all, I make my money as an investor,
right,
and I sold it for this number because I wanted that the other investor will make an equity on this one.
right,
And I'm familiar with the area, and I know it's a good asset, and that's actually the reason.
and we've had the same tenants in there since April of 21. So
Correct.
and so your equity was 47.2, and now with the new owner, he's got 62.8 equity because we buy in really good areas.
Correct.
So if you look at the total equity, the 62.8 plus the 47.2, which is what's there or was there, the total equity on this particular asset, if one person owned it, was 110,000 in total equity, 13,307. That's a 123,307 income, and wow, that's on an $80,000 investment. I don't know where you're going to
This
get
is
that.
correct. This is correct.
So, and how's this particular property produced well for you? Correct?
Indeed, yes. There was some small repairs along the way, but this is according to the business plan. It fits in, and most of the time we are very familiar with the other expenses such as property tax and insurance, stuff like that, that we already calculate in the business plan.
And you know what? We also added a third bedroom in this. This was a two bedroom that
Correct.
we
Yes.
converted into a three bedroom, which created a lot of extra equity for this property.
Right.
Here's one we bought over in West Cleveland. I think it's Mortimer. We paid 85,000 for it. That's with we paid actually six. This is with the rehab and everything. Um,
Right.
so this was in 2020, and we deposited 17,055. And it's worth 135 now. That's a nice $50,000 equity. 67,055 is his total. It's a 32% return. I mean, that client's been pretty happy, correct?
Yes. Yes. That's a great number.
And again, due to the property management and the way we run things, me and Sagiv, our system creates this kind of stuff for our clients. So we don't receive a lot of phone calls from our investors because they're making very good money. So again, this had its hurdles, but once we got it rolling and everything was going, you had 85 into it, and we get into appreciating areas that's going to create equity. This is a B area, one of the fastest trending areas in all Cleveland. This is Cam's Corner.
Yeah, that's the western that's, side of the city.
Here's one on the name slips me. I should have put them on here, but which one is this one? Do you remember the address?
I don't remember.
Anyway, we bought so many. We paid 100,000. I know it's in Cleveland, but it butts right up to Parma, Ohio. It's like a street over. So it was an exceptional buy, and Parma's prices went through the roof. So on this one, we've had the same client since 2021, and now the income's what we've actually deposited in this particular investor's account. So it's 22,508 is what we've deposited in that account. And most investors, and I believe this one's one of them. One of them is Ponciana. That's what this one is, Ponciana. Most of these people actually, all the repairs and stuff is taken out of the rent and all that. So this is actually their net. And you can see the income, and it's a 92,508 total.
Right.
I don't know, Sagiv, is that a good return?
You don't need to ask me. The number is over here, and it's correct.
So, when we're looking at our system, this is, and I'm going to show you more, but this is what they create.
I want to mention something about Parma, specific on Parma. So yesterday, I just spoke with the investor that she owned a property in Parma. The tenant moved out after 2 years, and now she's in the intersection, like to decide to turn left or right. Left is to sell the property, right is to rent the property. And when we talk about the numbers, and I show her, listen, this is the equity. Parma is going up like crazy. And she made her calculation. She decided to keep the property, to make small repairs over there in order to get it ready for rent. And she moved forward. So this is about Parma.
What happened to the rent?
Going up by $100 a month, I think.
200.
$200 a month.
So it went up 200, another $2,400 a year. She's seeing the equity growth. She doesn't need the money right now, so she decided to go with another tenant. But the good news was she had options.
Right.
She didn't have
to decide either to sell it or to rent it.
Exactly. And I was talking to a guy who had a duplex, which I'm dealing with, right outside of Euclid in the east side of Cleveland, that, the property management just fell off the planet Earth, and they don't know what to do, and they're losing money. We don't want to lease. We are very careful what we manage, and the reason we do that is because we want to make sure that our clients are taken care of. So if we bring in a bad asset, there's going to be way more attention to that than all the rest of the assets that we have, because they're in A or B areas. So this is why we don't do that.
Correct. We don't want to work lower than that because, in my perspective, tenants that pay $1,300, $1,400 a month, his capability and the way he treats the property is much better than a tenant who pays $1,000 or $900.
Yeah, and it's like
this is what they get paid in East Cleveland, and we don't work in East.
No, or the East Side, or in areas that are point of sale or stuff of that nature.
Correct.
So we are very careful where we buy, because again, we want those higher rents, because it doesn't make any sense if you don't net enough money a month and you have to do repairs, you're not going to make any money. So if you have a $1,000 a month property, do the numbers. If they move out, you're going to have to do the repairs, and you can do the numbers on that. But it's not good returns. Plus, our tenants stay for a long time. As this particular property, they've been in since May 21. So, and here's one we bought over this one. I think this was on Mortimer. The other one, I forgot that. But anyway, this is one we bought off market. We paid $93,000 for, and there's the value. We've actually put up $24,136 in the account for this particular client.
In July 20.
Yep, and there's the net on the bottom, $71,136. So you can see there. We have to amortize that over the period of time they've owned it, and it's been about it's been 3 years. So they got a 22% return on that. So so it's a really good. These returns are phenomenal, and really what me and Sagiv do with our system is we just create. And let me tell you, if you're an international buyer, Sagiv has a service that helps keep everything in line for you, keeps it all together, and makes, he does all the hard work for you, and I do the rest. So, that's why we look at what we do and how we do it, because it's really important that, we do that. And as we make income real estate profitable, you need a partner across the ocean that can take care of you, and that's Sagiv and TLS Homes.
I want to tell you something. First of all, you're doing a very hard job, you and Lori, to keep our interest in front of our assets and investments, ours and of course the investors. And they do appreciate that, even though they most of the time don't understand or don't know what you do behind the scene, or
Right.
what need to be done in order to keep the properties in a good condition and to take care about the investor interest. So
Yeah,
if
and that's
you can talk
super
about it
important.
for a second, if you can talk about it for a second, or like 2-3 minutes, to explain what you do behind the investment.
Well, yeah, let's take 1568 Parker. So as I went over there for the open house, or actually to do a final, I was told that some stuff was finished by the contractor, and as I went in there, I looked in the restroom bathroom, and everything was done except for they didn't clean out the old caulk and put new caulk in there, which made a huge difference in that bathroom. So I actually called the contractor while I was there, and he came over, and I actually stayed for an extra 2.5 hours until he was finished. So I make sure that this stuff gets done. And what happened to Parker? It got leased at $1,550 a month.
This is extremely important because as a boots on the ground, we as a company trust you guys to take care about our interests, and we're doing it more than 4 years now.
Yeah, and the good thing too is communication, right? So you're
Correct.
getting the videos, things are done through the videos,
Correct.
and that's you,
100%.
yeah, and if, I think if you guys want to see how that's done, get a hold of Sagiv, and that's on the bottom part of this description, and he can get you to his YouTube channel that has a lot of videos on the updates and stuff, and you can see kind of how we do it.
Right.
Is there
Great. Okay,
yes.
my friend.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate your time now, and we'll see you on the next podcast.
Thanks.
Hey.